Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you back. Thanks so much for the likes, thanks for the love, thanks for the subscription, thanks for the comments. I really appreciate you. This channel is Ura for Jesu, and I talk mainly on my Canada journey, my settling in Canada, and basically chit chat and things that could help you, or information that help me that I feel could also be very useful, to you. Okay, and today we're going to be talking about my immigration to Canada through the study route. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, yeah, welcome back. So, immigrating to Canada was something that has always been a pipeline. Wanted to come to Canada when I was an express entry pool for a couple of years. I think right before COVID, yeah. But like it wasn't for coming, and I just thought of what to do. Yeah, I was caught in between. Having to make decisions between UK and Canada. Um, but Canada ticked a lot of boxes for me, right? And my family. I was honestly, let me share this here. So honestly, like I was looking for the easiest one. And because of reviews I've reading about Canada, the study permit procedure, agent issues, denials and refusals. There was a lot of negativity that came to it, as at this time. And for me, I wasn't honestly ready to go through that route. So, but it was like it topped the list for me in my decision making. And I was exploring UK. That okay, yeah. After UK, then we can come to Canada, through other routes at least, But my husband was like, no, UK. I got several UK admissions. I also got Canada admissions, but I wasn't just paying attention to it. And when he said no UK, it was hard because I'm like, no, I don't want to stay. I don't want to stay in my own country. I wanted to move because I feel like I could be valued better. When I in a better place and stuff like that. Yeah. So and then of course to get the global exposure, the experience, just everything in between. Several reasons why people want to relocate, right? So when he refused, and I prayed about it, and I had to come to agreement, just to come to terms with agreeing with him and trying to pursue Canada. So it was not that easy, like I said it, but I'm grateful to God that he refused, and I'm grateful to God, for how it worked because I think I got everything within the space of 4 months. Yeah, like I got my admission to my visa, everything like in the space of 4 months. Unlike the things I've been hearing, they say rumors fly faster, right? Like rumors spread faster than truth. So it was just a turn off for me, and I didn't want to consider it. So yeah, I'm just gonna break down the things I did. If you still want to consider coming to Canada, I know there are lots of policies that have changed around here. I came in through college, which was the admissions are usually faster and easier when I came in, and I was supposed to do two 1 year course. I don't know if you understand that. Like I had two courses, 1 year each. So I was supposed to finish 2025. That this is gonna come later, but like I had two courses. It wasn't like a course that was 2 years. It was two courses for 2 years. So 1 year each for both both courses. So I got the admission, and I kickstarted the journey. So first things first, of course, all your documents have to be ready. And now that there's so much laws around colleges, um, but I wouldn't say you shouldn't consider colleges, but you have to weigh your chances. You have to be sure of the course you are actually coming for. You have to ascertain that okay, this is what I want to do, because and then strategically plan, because who wants to come study without having the opportunity to get the Canadian experience or get the postgraduate work permit. Um, I know a lot of agents will tell you, okay, just get in first. But believe me, it might be a hard, a Herculean task when you don't, you're not in a DLI that's, able to give you postgraduate work permit. Of course, everybody's been hearing a lot of change in policies and all of that, but you can still do it rightly. You can still follow the procedure and still get what is expected of you. You get a postgraduate work permit if you do the course that are eligible for it, and then the schools. So colleges, public colleges are still very much in the business of admitting students, and then it's a great opportunity for you to still get admission. You can actually get a 1 year course first, and when you come in, and you're able to make a decision of which route you want to go. Maybe you want to still do a second course so that you can get longer postgraduate work permit, or you're just going to try to get a job. So you can use that as a pathway to permanent residency. Several pathway really, really is, and that's why I like Canada. Opportunities are bound. Like there is no just one way to like you have to maybe do this for a period of time. People come in Canada and then while they are studying, they get their permanent residency. Like opportunities are bound, so you don't have to limit yourself. Um, yeah. So let's get into it. I'm in recent times I've been advising people to try to get a master's admission. And why is that? Because for when we came in, you could bring in your spouse, your kids, and your spouse to get open work permit. But now that has been banned for married people. But if you are still single and you're thinking the college route, yeah, that works. But for married people, I would advise maybe a master's program, or if it's possible to just to express entry, or if it's possible to come in and you know that you're giving yourself a target of 1 year, try to get a job because when you get a job in Canada, a lot of things become a lot easy. So try to get a job and see how you can enter the pool as soon as you can. And the catch is one catch that I used to tell people is the health category. I'm going to talk about that later in my other video, but it's a big catch, believe me. So yeah. So the first things first, make your personal research, know the course you want to do, and the policies changing around is just the fact that Canada wants courses or students or graduates, some say, that can actually contribute to their system. So it's not just about, oh, I am coming here to do a course on maybe event management. It's fantastic, but it might not be what Canada needs at this time. So I think they're really focusing on what the courses that they need at this time, and it would be better not to waste time and just flow with it, right? That's my opinion. I might be wrong. So make a personal research. Um, we should. Oh, gosh, my light just went off. Why? So like first things first is for make a personal research. Know what you want to do. Know the courses that are catch. I know some of us, from our home country, we already have bachelor's degree. Some even have master's degree. You might know, include your master's degree application. You might just use your BSc to want to get, a master's degree and look for a few that could cut across, like public health. I know there are some fields that can actually venture into public health and things like that that could be related to health or the STEM category or construction or transportation. All this niche that Canada are focusing on. You might want to just, explore those options. So when you make your research, um, I use an educational consultant. They are, popular and you can explore them. Yeah, this is not a paid ad, but shout out to them. They were really helpful. I use IDP. So there's also Apply Board. There are a couple of them, University Link and the likes, College Links. So you can explore them and probably send a message. I got a counselor that helped me through the process and helped me get my admission. And she was really helpful because I had my fears. She talked about the fact that they could also apply and it was totally free. It was totally free. Shout out to them, honestly. The admission, they got me admission. It was totally free. They didn't charge me anything. And because I was really scared that lots of scams out there. So they helped me with my admission. They guide me through the process, and they also opted to apply for my visa and study permit for me, but I said no. Now, talking about personal research. So, when I made up my mind, after my husband refused, I started, researching, and I stumbled on this Canada study group on on Telegram, and Ulu of Canada group. God bless Ulu for the initiative, and several other people that has always put out information. But I used Ulu of Canada group, Naira Land, and the Canada study group on Telegram. So Ulu of Canada is on Telegram. Canada study groups also on Telegram. Lots of people share their informations, the how to's, the things to avoid, and there's some people you could just sneak into their DM to actually ask questions, right? But try not to bug them. If you can stumble on them, I honestly, can't hide anybody, but if you can chat up Olu on Instagram, or yeah, or just type in one of his chat comments that you want to join a Telegram group. They are very, very helpful people. They guide you and talk about several things that could be helpful to you. People share their success story and how they did what they did. So make your personal research. Either you want to go for a master's or you still want to explore college, to just come in first, because we all know that cost of master's is actually higher than the cost of a college degree. So you might want to explore your options. Um, yeah. So secondly, contact an education consultant after making your personal research. Get one that is legit, that can help you. They guide you for also your study permit, but I only use them for my admission, and they were really helpful. So yeah, and also remember there's going to be application fee included for IDP. Then I wasn't charged for anything. I wasn't asked to pay anything in particular. So I don't know about now, but it was totally free. I didn't pay application fee for the college I applied for today, because some colleges were they had waiver for application fee, and that was what they used for me. So they got me my admission. Yeah, shout out to them. So I think for most universities you have to pay application fee. There might not be waiver. So when you get your admission, for university it might take some time, but for colleges it's usually faster. I got mine within, say, 2 weeks after submitting all my documents, right? So yeah, you need, after getting admission, you're required to pay your first deposit. I don't know how it's being done now, but when I applied, you have to pay, I think, 2,500 or 2,300, and you then pay the balance of your first term within 2 months. They give like 2 months for you to pay. So money is very important. Finance is very important, because one major reason, or let me say the highest rate of refusal, is finances. They want to be sure that you're not going to be stranded in Canada, that you're not going to have to forfeit your study permit because you really want to come and work and you're not able to pay your fees. Several things that surround that. You want to be sure that your finances are ready. And now that exchange rate is higher than the study permit, living standard, or the living cost of living, yeah, is also increased. Because when we came in, I think cost of living was like $10,000. Now it's doubled. Yeah, it was crazy when I heard, but still possible, right? So if you have in dollars, USD, it even pays better. So yeah, make payment for your school fees. If you can pay for an entire year, I'll advise you pay. It gives you a higher chance of getting your study permit. But if not, I'd always advise to pay first term and maybe an excess off. So I think I was required to pay like $8,000. I pay like almost 13. So I had like 5,000 or less left to pay. Um, so you can pay a bit more than. Yeah, so you also need to get all your document ready for your study permit application. Well, there's no cast in stone to all those things, but you want to provide information that shows that, okay, you have enough ties in your home country, and you want to also show that you are you're actually coming to study, and this is very important to you. It's important to your career development, your to your life, long-term goals, your aspirations and your visions and all that. So um documents, I can give a rundown of documents in, in the description, but basically your education is very important to them. You have to do a medical if you're coming to Canada for a study. Yes, let's not forget, make sure the school you're applying for is a designated learning institution. You can go through IRCC page and Google out this DLIs. So in that DLIs, you will see eligibility for postgraduate work permit and null eligibility. They write yes, no, yes, no. Please, please, please take note. Ensure it's a DLI. Don't come into Canada and you get stranded because your agent probably didn't tell you that you're not eligible for postgraduate work permit. So make sure it's a designated learning institute. They call it DLI. So get all documents ready. Get your education background, your work experience, um, everything that could be very vital to the fact that you are a useful resource in your own country and also coming to Canada, right? Make everything ready. And then your own ties. You need to make sure that your own ties are you indicate. Home ties are very important, like maybe your wife, your kids. Um, Land are like assets that are liquid. You can always sell your land, but people still had it. Like we added our land and all those details when we're applying. And this is just to show home ties because these are things we had, back home in our own country. So we added all those documents. There are a couple of them, just enough to show that you're reliable and that you really want to study and this is very important to you, right? So to apply for the study permit, it's on IRCC website. I'm going to be making a video on step by steps of applying it for a study permit by yourself. Strict DIYs, easy steps to apply for your study permit by yourself. And this is very important because for the entire process, you're going to be using the IRCC website for maybe your extension, for your PR application, for everything. So it'll be good that you just get used to it and play around it and know how is being done by yourself. You can require the guidance of somebody. And like I said, all these groups are there to help you, give you ideas. If you're confused, ask questions. Come to YouTube. There are thousands of information just like I'm sharing now, right? So even if this person misses out, I might not miss it out, the next person might not. So like there are lots of robust information that you can just sit and gather for you to be able to make, do it yourself. Save yourself some money. Okay, so the application fee for study permit is $185. Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure if it applies, but I think it's just general. $100 for study permit and $85 for biometrics for people that are above 16. So usually when you apply for study permit for your kids, you won't have to pay $85. So yeah, that's basically the breakdown of how I was able to, do the whole thing. So after I got my admission, I made my down payment. After I made my down payment, I started researching. I read in Ireland, um, how to apply for study permit, do's and don'ts for the study permit, and this really helped me because a lot of people shared their mistakes, things you should totally avoid talking about. And when you're doing anything on IRCC, make sure your informations are coherent because these are the things you're going to be using. Tailor your information. You might not want to divulge too much, but whatever you're divulging, make it coherent with your years of experience and what you're going to be needing in the future. So you might want to be quiet about some things, except you're hacked. Yeah, you might want to be quiet about some things except you're hacked. So yeah, that was basically it. I in August I got my admission. I paid for my first deposit. I think in September, and then I used the my Central Bank of Nigeria to pay for my tuition. Most of it. That was when we still had the Form A.